Well, the Mouthmobile has arrived in Syracuse, and it was my honor to be able to come up here today and welcome the first patient of the day into the Mouthmobile, and to see Aspen not only giving back to communities and paying it forward and giving free oral care because they believe in the importance of that so much and know how important it is, but then to give back to veterans. It's really my honor to be here, and Aspen's been an incredible company to partner with from the beginning, and I was blown away when I first met them how much heart they had in everyone's well-being, and this is it come to life.
What initially attracted you to Aspen and the movement itself to be the spokesperson?
Like I said, our relationship really started last year in the fall, and to hear them talking about just how much they cared about their patients, and then how much they talked about the Mouthmobile and the Healthy Mouth movement, and just how important that was to them. They didn't even need to say it was important for me to understand how important it was just by their actions and their plans and their passion behind their words. So for me, it was a wonderful fit for me to be able to become a spokesperson for Aspen. They're a great company, they have great values, and they give back.
How important was it for you to be here in Syracuse today? I mean, it's where they're based, and you obviously have a busy schedule, but to be here for the Mouthmobile here in Syracuse, where they kind of started it all.
Yeah, I think it's always special to go to places where things begin, and so, obviously with Aspen being here local, my local will be when I go to Roscoe, Illinois, where I grew up. The Mouthmobile is going to be there, and I'm gonna be in Roscoe there with it, and so I think it's, like I said, always special to go back to where things begin. So not only is Aspen here, but I get to go back to my hometown with my Mouthmobile as well.
Given there are lots of good things to smile about, I guess one of them would be your best showing in Kansas City last week.
Yeah, the race in Kansas was awesome. We were able to put a whole weekend together as a team, and qualified well, raced well, ran really anywhere from 3rd to 13th, I think, all day long, and everything just went smoothly. The car was awesome. The team did an incredible job of building a brand new, really great car and brought it to Kansas. So I'm proud of them for that. Proud of everybody for putting the whole weekend together. It's tough. Sprint Cup is nothing to mess about with. It's nothing to think is easy on any level. It's the hardest thing I've ever done for sure. So when you have weekends like that where you run really well all weekend, you are grateful for them, and man, it just makes you want it more.
So Dana, what makes that happen? Why does it come together on that weekend and maybe not on another?
Well, unfortunately, there are 43 cars out there every weekend that say, why wasn't it me that ran really well this weekend? Or I guess on average, maybe there's 35 cars every weekend that say, why didn't I run better this weekend? Everybody in general could have run better if they didn't win, I feel like. So you're always looking for more. I think that competitiveness to run well is why it's so hard to have good weekends. There's so many, not only incredible drivers, but crew chiefs, teams, organizations, chassis builders, engine builders. They just are. It's a big sport, and there's a lot on the line, and people bring their A game every single day, and it's hard to beat that every single weekend.
Do you feel like part of it is learning NASCAR initially, and then making sure that everything kind of falls into place? Because you've got to have a lot of things fall into place just to feel like you're comfortable with.
I mean, anytime you do something new, there are things to get used to, and a rhythm to the weekends, to the races. There's a feel for the car that you can't just ask what it is, you have to experience it. But I don't want to overlook the fact that I have incredible teammates. I mean, there's one thing that definitely started off my weekend right in qualifying, and that's the help of my teammates. They were very open with the things that they were doing to go fast, and tips that I could use, and it worked. And so, Stewart Haas allows me the quickest learning curve possible, but there still is such a learning curve. And I really, that is said in mind that that's how good the drivers are. You can't just learn it all very quickly. So I'm speaking well of all the rest of the drivers and why they make it so darn difficult every single weekend.
Do you feel like a showing like this will help snowball into better and better things for this year?
Well, I think that good races are clearly a sign of good things happening and potential, and more than anything, confidence. I think that in all of our lives, in all facets, confidence carries you so far and can take you to the next level at times too. So I think that a good weekend like that just adds to that confidence.
Big race up here, Danica, at the Glen. You know, what sticks out to you about that course?
Well, I came from a background of road racing. I raced go-karts growing up in New York here and all over the place on the East Coast. And so for me, I like going road course racing, and hopefully it's a good weekend for us. But it's a beautiful area. I mean, I went and hiked Watkins Glen National Park when I was there last time. So I'll be looking for some beautiful scenery and some good racing.
Can't help but notice, but you have a beautiful set of teeth. So have your teeth been very important to keep up on?
Everybody's is. It's you know, I spend a lot of my time in front of a camera, and well, at the end of the day, I'm a girl, so you know, you always want to look nice and have a nice smile. It's been something that's very important to me, and you know, there's nothing better than to open someone up and make someone feel welcome than a nice smile. So for me, I've been lucky enough to be able to benefit from Aspen's services and being able to go in and see their healthcare providers and their dentists and everybody. And so I guess I have to thank my smile to Aspen.
Was there a lot of excitement to those who you brought into the Mouthmobile?
They were, you know, honestly, I think they were guys that just really, they planned on being here, and they were lucky enough to be able to walk in there first, and, you know, good, hardworking Americans that are taking advantage of Aspen giving back and bringing the Mouthmobile to town. So it was very nice to meet with them for a few minutes.
Thank you.
So Danica, so many stories have been written about you so far. What's going to be, when you're done with it, when you're 40, 50, 60, whatever, what's the story
I'm almost there now.
What's the story you want written when it's all said and done, when we look at Danica Patrick? What's that story going to be? What do you want written? What do you want to accomplish by the time this is all done?
I mean, I would love for people to remember me as a great driver, and I don't mind if they remind me, if they think of me as a girl too, but I hope first they think she was a great driver, and holy crap, and she was a girl too. Wow. But you know, I think that's what I want. I'm a race car driver, and I want to do good on the track and have good results, and so that's my goal.
When you'll have the power, though, with your notoriety, your celebrity, I assume the money, to do something beyond racing. Do you have any thoughts at this point?
No, it's thank you for saying that. Over time, especially the last few years, I've really noticed how many young kids come up to me and look up to me, and gosh, I mean, they're not even all that young sometimes. They're older, and some of them are teens, and you know, to see them break down and cry when they meet you, it is incredibly humbling. And I'm thinking, you know, what did I do to deserve this? So, you know, I think that that's something that, you know, from now until when I retire, I'll be thinking about how I can give back myself, and how I can be a good human in society, and honor the gifts that I was given. And you know, I'm definitely blessed with wonderful gifts, and I know that. And so for me, I think that at this point in time, my biggest responsibility with these gifts that I was given is that I go out and do well with them and prove that you can do anything, and then over time figure out how I can give back when I'm done racing.
I got one more for you anyway.
Okay.
It's a different kind of deal, but you broke down the barriers on your side of your side of the equation. Robert Sam, the football player, is in the process of breaking down his. Do you have any connection with him? Not truly, but philosophically, do you see what he's about to go through versus what you went through? Is there any connective tissue there at all?
Well, I think that you see unique people and different people. But at the end of the day, I'm just driving a race car and he's playing football. And I think that that's the part that is to be focused on, really. Everything else is part of the story. But what got him to where he is and to be in the position he is because he plays great football. And I'd like to think that's how I got to where I am. I am a different, unique story, and that has its own legs, but I got to where I am because I won a lot growing up, and I was good at racing, and I was able to progress in my career. So I think it really comes back down to the focus of what got you there.
How many more years do you plan on racing?
Holy, I don't know. Man, I thought when I first started racing Indy cars, I thought, I don't know, maybe I'll race for 10 years or something. Well, I did 7 years of IndyCar, and then I started NASCAR and started all over again. So I have no idea. I think it's as long as I have the heart and the passion for it. I think that, as you can see today, when there's passion behind something, it does great things. So when that goes away, that's when I'm done, and I have no idea when that will be. But after a weekend like this weekend, it won't be soon.
It seems like you recognize greatness too. I mean, you're talking about how you passed Jimmy Johnson so many times. That'd be a thrilling moment, but it seems like you realize, that's kind of what it takes to be on top.
It does, and I sent Jimmy sent me a text saying good job after the race, and I said, I hope that you understand, with all respect, I said my favorite moment was when I drove around the outside of you on that restart. And so he was flattered, and he said he remembered back in the day when that happened with Jeff Gordon and him, and how he was honored to be that driver for me. And so that was really cool of him. He's been someone very helpful from the beginning. There's been a lot of drivers that have been very helpful, but he's definitely one of them. And I think that as a person, it's cool to be able to compete with the people that you've looked up to and respected and thought great things about what they've done. So let that be a confidence building thing for me.